This is Resilience Wisdom, where we talk about practices, techniques, and wisdom that we can utilize in our own lives to become a more resilient person and build a more resilient character and strengthen our body and mind with resilient wisdom, with resilient concepts. And today I want to talk about a Stoic concept called Momento Mori. Now, Momento Mori roughly translates to remember your mortality. And I think it's a very important concept to understand because it can be extremely useful when you're navigating difficulties in life or challenges in life, or it can be very useful if you're feeling stuck in your life at this moment. If you're feeling like there's a decision that needs to be made in your life, but you're not quite sure how to go about taking that next step, or you're not really you don't maybe feel the motivation to go after that thing that you want to do, or maybe you're a little experiencing some analysis paralysis, right? You're thinking about it, you're in your head, it's the right move, it's the right decision, making taking these next steps will get you towards further along towards living a more purposeful life, but there's all this resistance stopping you from reaching that goal, right? And I want to talk a little bit about my experience and how Memento Mori and that concept helped me in my life. So for me, one of the things that I've recently started doing, I decided to go back to school, and decided to embark and start a master's program. And this decision, I've known that I have wanted to go back to school for a fairly long time. I mean, honestly, it took me about 5 years to really sort of, I don't know, muster up the courage or feel like I had, the motivation. I'll be a father at the end of the year, and it dawned on me that, life won't stop. Life is just gonna keep ticking along, right? And this is where sort of the concept of Memento Mori for me became a very strong sort of concept to understand, to embrace, and a perspective that I could think about as it relates to taking actions. Like for me, in my example, going back to school, or even starting a YouTube video or a YouTube channel. It's very important to remember that life is short, and that all that time that you're spending not taking the steps that you need to take to achieve what you want to achieve, or to live the kind of life that you want to live, or to live a life of what I would call purpose, or in alignment with your purpose. That is time that you are not being and embracing and living your best sort of existence. So Memento Mori is something that I contemplate on and thought about when I realized that I was going to be a father, that there was never going to be another better time to go back to school. There was never going to be another better time to start a YouTube channel, and that these things needed to get done today, now, as soon as possible. There was no more delay. There was no more waiting around. I couldn't afford to really, continue to, think and plan and experience, and procrastinate and experience sort of analysis paralysis, and what about this? What about that? And thinking about all these options. No, just, at the end of the day, sometimes what is best is to just make a call, make a decision. Remember that life is short, that we, remember that ultimately we're all going to die, and make the absolute best that we can at taking the steps that we need to take in order for us to be able to live a purposeful life, a life of meaning, a life that means something to us. And this is why Memento Mori, to me, is an incredibly powerful concept that was utilized 2,000 years ago by the Stoics. To me, this is a reminder. This is a call to action to every single one of you out there. And a call to action for you to take the steps that you need to take to make the best possible you that you can, and to live the best possible life that you can right now. Because life is short, because life is running out, because your opportunities to seize the moment is slipping away day in and day out, and you cannot afford to continue to procrastinate, to continue to push off the things that you need to do, that you know that you need to do in order to live a life that is in alignment with your purpose, in alignment with what you really think will make a difference in the world. Like for me, it took me a long time to feel comfortable enough to stand in front of a camera and share this information and share this wisdom. And what made it more feasible and what made it okay for me is that I understood that, this knowledge, this wisdom has to be shared. I think I have a responsibility to share what made a difference in my life with the world, with everyone around me. Even if only 4 people benefit from this, that would mean the world to me. Right? Think about this concept of Momento Mori. Think about and remember that we all will. One of my classes, our teacher was talking about storytelling and utilizing the concept of storytelling to promote organizational change. And she mentioned something that had a profound impact on me. And what she said was that there is no story without challenge, without problems, without adversity. Think about it. In a story, there's a character, there's the storyline, but if there is no challenge, no adversity that the main character has to overcome, what is that? That's not a story. That's not, or at least that's not a story that you and I would be interested in. So when you think about your life, think about it this way. Think about it as your life story. And think about the fact that if you don't take action, if you don't live the kind of life that you want, if you don't align your purpose, you won't experience the beautiful thing that it is to live a full life knowing that you fought the good fight. That at the end of the day, when you project yourself and think about it when you're 80 and think back on your life, you want to be that person that understands that they didn't have any regrets, that when challenges came and when tough decisions needed to be made about the kind of life that they wanted to have, that they went for those decisions. And Momento Mori will help you, give you perspective so that you don't procrastinate, so that you don't put off the tough decisions, and so that you take action in going for what it is that you want to achieve in your life. Because I'm telling you right now, the level of energy and just power that comes from making the decision that aligns you with the kind of life and living a purposeful life that brings meaning to your everyday existence, every moment of your life, it is so incredibly powerful. I mean, I just can't express it enough. So with that being said, I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you think about the concept of Memento Mori, and I hope that it helps you in your life to overcome or make the tough decisions that you need to make, that you know that you need to make to be the best version of yourself and to live within alignment with your own purpose and making a difference in the world. Thank you so much for listening, and I appreciate your time.